Hello and welcome to the channel. Be sure to share, like, and comment down below. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button for daily videos on news and politics. Friday's Mueller investigation, Russia routs a case study in deep state crazy, corrupt, and inept investigative work. Now it says Friday's announcements by the Keystone Cops of the Deep State, the Mueller investigation, is a case study in deep state corruption and dishonesty. The press release was nothing other than a pretend firestorm of Russia influence by the biased Mueller team who continued to charge ahead with the most laughable and corrupt investigation in U.S. history. Now, as reported on Friday, the Mueller team announced that a grand jury has indicted 13 Russian nationals, along with 3 Russian entities in connection with interfering with U.S. elections and political processes. Now, the corrupt and inept Mueller team noted in its release that the Russian individuals worked on their operations since or in or around 2014. They were more in and arounds in this indictment than any in recent history. Now, yet the entire Mueller investigation is a farce, not based on U.S. law. Fox News' Greg Jarrett noted months ago that the Mueller Keystone Cops are tasked with finding a crime that does not exist in the law. It is a legal impossibility. Now, Mueller is being asked to do something that is manifestly unattainable. There is no law in the entire U.S. Statutory code that relates to collusion with Russia or any foreign entity, which is why the investigation is a farce. Now, in addition to the scope of the entire investigation is beyond what is allowed in the Constitution, the special counsel law mandates that the special counsels can only be appointed to investigate crimes, and their scope has limited jurisdiction. Yet, in this investigation, corrupt deep state Assistant Attorney General Rod Rosenstein, who we now know is the same person who signed off on the corrupt FISA warrants to spy on President Trump illegally, set the scope on this investigation as broad as possible. Now, this was against the law, and Paul Manafort is now suing Rosenstein, Mueller, and the DOJ for creating an unconstitutional investigation. Rosenstein and Mueller have asked the court to throw out Manafort's suit because they see no conflicts doing what they are doing. U.S. Constitution be damned. Now, it's clear that Mueller and his gang of corrupt tricksters and Obama and Clinton cronies have no intention of abiding by the law, and Friday's announcement is case in point. Mueller's team is corrupt and biased, and if Mueller was on the up and up, he would never appoint the corrupt Obama and Clinton cronies that he did. Also, Mueller never should have accepted the position. His best friend is James Comey, who was fired by President Trump for being corrupt. Comey had to meet with Mueller before he met with Congress last year, but we still don't know what they discussed. Now, Friday's announcement was a joke. Russian entities were indicted for tweeting and posting items on Facebook related to the 2016 election. Although the announcement highlights the posts were supportive of President Trump, they later in their memo note that they were also anti-Trump posts as well. Now, the Mueller team never once even implies that they looked into the social media's efforts to steal the election for the Hillary campaign. Do they know how many bots the Clinton campaign purchased in an effort to subvert the 2016 presidential election? Undoubtedly, Hillary used them as well. Now, speaking of bots, does anyone determine how many people were really touched by the tweets and Facebook posts? Who has ever even heard of them? Also, the report insinuates that these Russian ads were made before the 2016 election, but in reality, everyone knows many more were made after the election as well. Now, the Facebook vice president of ads set the record straight on Saturday. What impact could have they made if after the election? This question alone makes the novice reader wonder what kind of jokesters are involved in this investigation. They represent themselves more like Bozo the Clown and his fellow jugglers than a serious team of investigators. Now, what a joke this investigation and the FBI leaders have turned into. Now, will the indicted Russians ever be arrested? How did Mueller and his team obtain the so-called information they used in this case? Did they buy this from Russia like they did before the election in their creation of the phony dossier used to spy on President Trump? Now clearly if Mueller was interested in the truth, would he not look into the Russian connection with the dossier? Why are the Republicans in Congress the only ones looking into this? Did Mueller and his team find any other foreign nationals involved in illegally entering our election process? How about Vincent Fox? Why was there also a leak to Bloomberg about the investigation continuing? Who did this, and was it legal? Any efforts to find the leaker? Of course not. Now maybe Comey was just copying Mueller, who leaked classified information. Now, what a terrible joke the crooked Mueller investigation and leadership in the FBI and DOJ have become. These people should be in jail rather than running a made-up investigation in an effort to remove President Trump from office. Now, one final question is, when will the real crooks be brought to justice? Be sure to share, like, subscribe, and comment down below, and tell me how you feel about this report. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great day. Let's make America great again. Peace.